Hi, I'm gonna go on a rant about dating as an ambitious woman. First off, I would like to say, we do not give a f what you think about us. We just don't. At the end of the day, we get our self-esteem from our work, not from you.
There's nothing a man should fear more than a woman who's comfortable being alone.
Ooh, let's talk about it. She's right. I've been single now for 3 years. I mean, with the occasional long situationships, you know.
Another reason I'm deleting all dating apps. Men lie about their height. If you can lie about your height, yeah? How do I know you're not lying about your whole life? How do I know? How do I know that she wasn't the psycho?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. I just want to say I'm still trembling. I was sleeping in my sarcophagus, all comfortable, when suddenly I dreamed of a woman that is comfortable being alone. And I'm still shaking. I woke up shouting, body covered in cold sweat, and I'm still going over it. Because there's nothing I fear more than a woman who is comfortable being alone. Leave aside 10 bandits on a dark alley, surrounding me. Leave aside the inevitable doom and impending death that is, stalking all of us. All of that aside, there's nothing I fear more than a woman who is comfortable being alone. So guys, if you fear as well, I recommend you leave this video. But if you don't, then let's get started, guys, with today's episode of Women Dating Over 30.
Hi, I'm gonna go on a rant about dating as an ambitious woman. First off, I would like to say, we do not give a f what you think about us. We just don't. At the end of the day, we get our self-esteem from our work, not from you.
All right. Now, is there anyone out there that heard the words, "I am an ambitious woman," and thought to himself, wow, an ambitious woman? That is just what I like. No, we all know it's a red flag. I don't think there's a single soul out there that hears these words and doesn't immediately understand that she's just a bitch, all right? There are no ambitious women who are ambitious in the sense of, well, I really like to work for my family, I really like to do the best I can for my husband and my children. Women like these, they just don't say they're ambitious. Women who say, oh, I'm ambitious, you just know they're a pain in the butt, they're extremely entitled, expectations through the roof, and absolutely annoying and unpleasant to be around, as this woman just proved, alright?
So, running game, just waste our time. If we're inviting you over or we're going out with you, you're gonna get what you want because we're gonna get what we want, and it's the same thing. And if you waste our time by playing games or being a shitty communicator, you're going to piss us off like no other, because the only thing that we care more about is our productivity and what we're doing and what we're trying to achieve. It's not you. So don't act like a fuckboy, especially if you're past 30. It's just sad at that point. There is no need to run game. We are handing what you want on a platter, but don't waste our goddamn time. Okay. Bye.
And we end on the fake smile, just the best thing, guys. Absolutely unpleasant woman. It will be hell to live with this woman for more than 10 seconds. But hey, look guys, I don't know if I need to say this, but your work doesn't care about you. If it's not a family business, your work doesn't care about you. I don't know when people will learn this. They don't care. They can replace you in less than a day. There are no irreplaceable people. People put so much into their work, and hey, that's important, to be professional, to want to provide, not provide, but, be efficient, proactive. It's all good things. But the moment you put your work first and your family then, the moment you prioritize work over yourself, over your family, then we have a problem. Because you're doing it for a company that doesn't care about you. You're just a name on the list, and you are totally replaceable. So all these women and men as well that think that their work is like their god, and that it will save them from the bad times. No, your work doesn't care about you. But that being said, guys, just another woman being extremely bitter because she has wasted her time. I don't defend these guys that waste these women's, time. But the best one out there at losing their time is themselves. It's like nobody can put enough effort into losing their time as these women themselves. They have lost all the time they had, and now they're extremely bitter. And who the hell is going to commit to a woman like this? Really, I think even the biggest simp out there would look at this and say, hell no, man. But now, guys, let's continue.
Okay. Bye.
There's nothing a man should fear more than a woman who's comfortable being alone.
Ooh, let's talk about it. She's right. I've been single now for 3 years. I mean, with the occasional long situationships, you know, but from...
There we go. Every single time. Without exception. Every single time. These women are kind of cute in a sense, you know. It's like these kids, like a 5-year-old kid, you ask him who ate the cookie from the cookie jar, and he's like, well, I don't know. It wasn't me. I don't know. Well, who was it? I don't know, the dog. Maybe someone broke into a house and ate the cookie out of the cookie jar, and meanwhile he has like crumbs, the cookie crumbs on his cheeks. It's like, oh, you're so cute. You're trying to tell me that you've been single? Oh, so cute. You know, I'm fully aware of the probably 30 bananas that have been through your legs. But yeah, just keep telling me you're single. I absolutely believe it.
Serious relationships for about 3 years. And there is nothing at this point that can take away my peace. A woman who really knows her worth and really knows her integrity and where her values are doesn't settle for less, because she's put in the time. She's put in the work. She has spent so much of her time to really learn how to understand herself and get to know what it is that she wants in her life.
Oh, good for you. Really good for you. I can applaud you. But the thing is, when you get into... When you want to have a family, you have to think about the other person as well. Have you thought about that? You know, in all those years that you've been thinking about your own hours, have you stopped for a moment to consider that maybe there's another person, you know, in front of you, and he also has expectations and desires? These women, guys, that are quote-unquote at peace, they view men as walking ATM machines, as retirement plans, and nothing more. You're an asset to them. That's why they want you. So just... run for the hill, okay? Don't touch these women with a 6-foot pole. And I also want to mention the difference between men and women when they say I am at peace is that when guys are at peace, it's because they've already been divorced or they've had a bad experience and they really are at peace. You know, fishing, going with their friends, chasing their hobbies, you know, whatever. They really are at peace, and you cannot pay them enough to get with a woman again, with one of these women. For what it's worth. But these women, guys, they say that they're at peace, yet they cry themselves to sleep. You know what I mean? They say they're at peace, yet they're extremely bitter about men. They're extremely resentful. They feel like the universe owes them something, you know? So they're not really at peace. It's just a coping mechanism. But now let's continue.
And simply put, a woman who knows what she wants isn't going to settle. So no, there is no roster. I'm never going to have a roster. That's low vibrational shit. You're not competing with other men. You're competing against me and my peace.
Another reason I'm deleting all dating apps. Men lie about their height. If you can lie about your height, yeah? How do I know you're not lying about your whole life? How do I know? How do I know that she wasn't the psycho? You see? You see my thinking? Like, oh, I'm 5'8". Are you? Because I clearly put that I'm 5'9", okay? Right, and I get there, you're 5'5". I was giving you a chance at 5'8", and then you're 5'5". It ain't having it. I ain't fucking having it. Don't put your 6 foot if you're not 6 foot. Because tall girls will know. The shorter girls, you may get away with it, but then you're just lying throughout your relationship. Oh, I'm 5'9". No, you're not. Don't lie.
I mean, guys, I have to agree with her. I don't know why men lie about their height. Why do you care so much what women think about you? If they like taller guys than you, just go for another woman. Why do you care? Why do you want to be liked by these women? I don't understand. I feel like these guys that lie about their height will have a little more self-esteem, because height is not the most important thing that you can have, right? I mean, go for other things. Not everyone is born tall. Not everyone is born attractive. Not everyone is born, I know, intelligent. Just go for what you have. I'm sure these guys have more things to offer. You know, why do you lie in order to be liked by these women that are extremely superficial?
Just stop it.
I'm in my 30s, I'm dating, and one of the biggest dating hacks I've ever done was to get a FaceTime date prior to the date, because it's kind of like a vibe check, right? And I also don't wear any makeup besides Vaseline and mascara. There's no filter on this. So I basically, and I don't blow dry my hair. I don't wear any cute clothes. I don't put any effort in. If you don't like this at the base level, then we got bigger problems, buddy. So, take it from me, veteran in dating, FaceTime, best. I also have a FaceTime date in like 6 minutes. I'm a little nervous. Ooh.
I mean, dating over 30, massive red flag. But again, I have to agree with this woman. I'm not saying you should not put any effort at all, but I don't really understand women putting on a ton of makeup and you know, making pictures with 16 filters, and then you see them in person and they are a totally different person. I had this experience once with a female friend, just a friend, you know, but we used to talk, we used to chat, and then I saw her in real person. Man, it was a different person. I told her, wow, you're so different from the pictures, and she, you know, she got upset. But well, what can you do? I mean, these women, guys, they are totally different people when they don't wear makeup. So I stand with this woman. You're going on a date, you want to meet someone that you want to be your soul partner, your person, you know, whom you marry. Why would you lie to them by putting on a K-cup on your face, right? I agree. But what do you guys think?
I'm about to speak straight facts for 2 minutes straight, and I need you to listen. Women don't need men anymore. A few disclaimers before I continue, because I know you guys like to tussle. All the feminists, you might not like some of the things I'm saying, but just hear me out before you come for my throat. The men, I would really love to hear your response, actually. The 2% of men that watch my video. In the day, men used to be the complete providers. They went to work, the women took care of the home, and they took care of the kids. Flash forward to today, Western society. Women are working, still expected to take care of the kids, also expected to be feminine. They're and beautiful. Women are beautiful, angelic creature. Men don't even like to shower. And the men have just gotten lazy, it seems like. The men are doing less and the women are doing 2-3 times more now. How is this? And they have the audacity to complain. Oh, she's just with me for my money.
All right. I have to pause you right there. Who wanted this? It wasn't men, that's for certain. Men didn't want to change this for the crap that we have today, all right? It was womanism who fought for that. So it may not be you, I mean, it wasn't you because you weren't born at that time, but it's women who wanted that. So are you happy now? And I'm not blaming all women, because all women watching this probably don't agree with it and weren't born at that time. But yeah, it's women who made the mistake to fall into this stupid plan to get more people working, more people paying taxes, and for kids to not be raised by a mother and by a family, but to be raised by the government, i.e. schools. So why are men to blame? Why are you blaming men? Men are the last ones who had a say in this.
It's like you're not giving me much else to work with, Bob. Bob, listen up. If you're worried that she's with you for your money, you probably don't have a great personality, Bob. Women look for 2 things in men. Look for he can provide, aka how much money he has. That's the equivalent. Can you, Bob, listen, who you are as a person. If they like who you are as a person, they'll fall in love with you. The fact that you can provide for your future family, your money, they'll fall in love with you. And then the
Yeah, sure. Well, maybe there are women like these in, I don't know, villages or in countries that are not the West, all right? But in America, for example, one of the many countries, you don't get women who just want you to provide and be a good person, and they will love you for your unique personality. Can anyone relate to that? I mean, there are some guys that are married watching this and they can say, yeah, well, in my case, it was like this. For every man that's married and had this case, there are probably 1,000 who have never had a woman like this cross their paths. Like, women nowadays, yeah, they want you to provide, but they don't want you to commit to you because they want to keep their options open. They want the bestest of the best. They want a man who has it all. They don't look at personality. I mean, forget about dating apps where nobody looks at personality, but even in real life, guys, when was the last time you recall a woman cared about your personality at all? Right? I mean, can anyone relate to this? Is this woman recording this, I know, from some really traditional country? I don't think so. The West is screwed. The vast majority of women no longer care about personality. They have 1,000 dudes that have a great personality stacked up on a pile on their DMs, right? And they're not looking for that. At least not when they're young, of course. When they get older, yes, they want the providing. When they're young, they don't care. They just want chat.
Men start complaining like, we always have to pay on dates, blah, blah, blah. It's like, listen, Bob, how do you think that looks to the woman that you're courting? I shouldn't even say courting because that's not a thing to Western men anymore. To the woman you're going on dates with, if you're complaining about paying for a meal for the two of you, what do you think she's thinking? Like, oh, this man can barely afford a standard meal for us two? He's supposed to provide for me? How is he supposed to provide for a family?
Alright guys, here is my explanation. What happened here is that this woman used the time machine to go back to the 17th century, and she's talking about that moment, right? About the guys in the 17th century that didn't want to pay for a meal, but she forgot that she is using the time machine, and she decided to record a TikTok, because in today's day and age, what she's saying is just complete and utter BS. Men have no problem paying for a meal if that means that you know, that woman is going to stick with them. You know, like, men have no problem being traditional. They have no problem at all. The problem is that they are traditional, but women aren't traditional. So men pay for dates, they are gentlemen, they open doors, they court these women, and then what do they get? A big fat crap. That's what they get in return. They get nothing. They get played. They get made fools, you know, and they go back home empty-handed. And then this woman goes along to another provider, and they just go out there, free meals, some S3X from chat. Women are opportunistic because they have all the options. Again, the vast majority of women, that is. Never all women, but most women are like these in the West. So this is why guys don't want to pay for dates anymore. It's not because they don't want to be providers or traditionalists. It's because being that way doesn't take you anywhere nowadays. And most women will just use you. So again, this woman, guys, just recording from a past age, you know, she doesn't know what she's talking about.
It doesn't look good. It's not a good look, Bob. Stop complaining about paying for date. We can afford our own meals. It's the principle. Women are the prize. You're not going to get your prize by not putting in any effort. This is why, I don't know if it's because I'm in LA, but this is why it's so common nowadays to see a young, beautiful woman with an older, wealthy guy. These older men, they're like, don't want you to lift a finger. They're like, no, babe, don't you ruin your fresh manicure. I got it here. Here's my credit card. Go shopping. Just sit there. Just sit there and look beautiful. Thank you for being the beautiful.
Wait. But weren't women attracted to personalities? What are the chances that all the women who are attracted to personalities casually go with the guys who are extremely rich? You know, wow, guys, what are the odds? How come there are no gentlemen in their 20s or 30s that happen to have a great personality? What a coincidence. Now, I'm sure a lot of guys are watching this from LA. Can you please tell me, do you see a lot of women around who are looking for guys with a personality, who are looking to be courted, who don't, you know, entertain the chads? Do you know many women like this? Are they like 9 out of every 10 women like this? I don't know, guys. Haven't been there. You tell me.
Beautiful angelic woman that you are, you've done enough. That's what these older men do, and that's why the women flock to them. How could you not choose that over Bob, who hasn't showered and is using 3-in-1 shampoo? Like, what? And thinks he deserves a freaking cookie because he paid for your 2 drinks at a bar. What are the men doing? And men, I know you probably disagree, would love to tussle. Women keep being beautiful and angelic and know you're the prize, and men, I don't know.
Yeah, so in resume, woman, you just keep being perfect, all right? You're doing a good job at it. Men have to put in the work. Not doing anything. You're really bad right now. Now, this is bullcrap, of course. And look, men are playing the game you started. You started using men for their resources. You started breaking off traditionalism and treating gentlemen like crap because you don't care about personality in the end. You don't care about good manners. I mean, you like them because you like to feel like a queen, but look, we're not going to be traditional if you are not traditional, all right? We're not going to entertain you like you are a princess if you treat us like peasants. We're not going to give you everything if you get everything from seven different guys, all right? So you put your part of the deal, and we will gladly and happily do our part of the deal. Men want to be traditional. Men want to have the same families that their fathers and grandfathers and grandfathers have. Men want to revert back to the easier times when everything was simple and we knew how many genders there are and each gender understood their responsibilities and was willing to do them and was willing to do their part. But we're not living there anymore. And if you want to be a gentleman nowadays, you're just gonna get screwed. Especially if you take this approach with every woman you meet. So my advice, guys, and leave me your thoughts down in the comments, is but my advice is, if you want to be a gentleman, there's nothing wrong with that. You just have to be really selective. Because a true woman, a woman who is a good woman and a traditional woman, she will much appreciate the things that you do as a gentleman, and she will not pay attention to all the F-boys and all the men who play around. She'll pay attention to a guy who is a gentleman, but you have to be really careful, because otherwise what you're going to do is just waste your time, waste your money, waste your sanity on a woman that has 7 people just like you, and she's just farming all the things that she needs from them. So the dating scene nowadays is sort of like a bunch of hyenas all trying to chew at each other and get the best that they can, like vultures. Really bad dating scene. Yo guys, just as a last note, as I was selecting pictures to put on the thumbnail, look at this woman's face. Now, you don't need to be a professional psychologist, you don't need to have been studying human emotions for the past 15 years. Know that this facial expression is the expression of an entitled 304. I don't need to hear about this woman. If someone just showed me this picture, I'll just respond to him. All the money in the world isn't enough to make me commit to this woman. And I'm saying all of these, guys, because people who are bad, both men and women, they leave many signals along the way, okay? There are multiple red flags that you can pick upon. This is why, guys, it really doesn't take much to not engage with these people. You just have to have some basic knowledge, use some basic common sense, stay true to your principles, all right? These people cannot lie to you. They cannot get you in the trap if you don't allow them to. I mean, this woman, you don't need anything more than just take a glimpse at her to know that you should not touch her with a 6-foot pole, let alone when she opens her mouth and spits all the bullcrap that she did. So there's really no excuse for both men and women getting into bad relationships, all right? But that's my thought, guys. What do you think? I'll see you next time.